Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm just going to be talking about Lullaby, which is one of my latest singles. It came out recently, sort of mid-May 2022. And Lullaby is, I think it's the first single. It's going to be the first single on the upcoming album, Ambient Explorations in Wonderland, which is a lot of ambient music with beats and without beats and different kinds of ambient style music. Most of it are electronic, but not all of it. There'll be a lot of piano, there's some guitar, but this is one of the electronic kind of pieces. And originally this was a commission for a dance piece, and it actually made it into the show. And what I did was then I added some instruments and beefed it out and made it more of a personal composition, because for the show it was actually similar to the final product, but a little bit simpler, a little bit more minimal. This one I've fleshed out to be quite a large track. We're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, 35 tracks in total. So not crazy, but you know, still a decent amount of tracks, which is the kind of thing that I'm into. I love layering and I love intricate sort of relationships of instruments coming in and out and depth. This one started off as this simple idea. Very simple. You got one, in this case, electric 88 retro keyboard, like a kind of Rhodes style keyboard. I'll bring it up on the screen there. Modelled on this old style electric 88 keyboard. Beautiful plug-in there. Sounds absolutely fantastic, and you've got a lot of parameters for for editing your sound. This is actually from Waves Instruments. It's a Waves instrument, and it starts with that simple da na 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 da na na, and then you've got another line that comes on top of that da na 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 na, done with a high vibraphone. So the two lines speak together with the chord change. This section is me working it out. I redid it and it starts here. Now I added later this little introduction section, which is not on the single, which is a radio edit. It's the radio edit comes in just with a strings and then straight into the lullaby. Now the brief was like, yeah, give me something that's dreamy and a lullaby. So I chose that kind of dreamy mix of vibes and keyboards and quite a slow, hypnotic kind of thing. And she liked it. My client loved it, and she said, yes, that's exactly what I need. And it started this show, which was a dance piece at the time, last September, with this piece. And then these two dancers came in. They were sort of started as a dreamy kind of thing, and then it moved into other sections, and then started to interact more and more. At first they were quite separate and solo. This was the piece where they were still in their own worlds in a way. This introduction wasn't in that piece. I added it later for my own. I think I did. Oh no, I can't remember. She did need an introduction. I'm not sure if it was this one though. I did various different introductions. I think, yeah, maybe it was this one. Yeah, I can't remember. But anyway, it's a simple introduction to the piece. And it would work as well for the dance piece, because the lights are coming down. It's a little intro, and then the piece starts, and this is where the piece really starts. So you have those two lines. Straight in there with the second line. And a nice simple chord sequence. Can't remember if this was an E minor or A minor. Then the beats come in, which is a kind of like a break, kind of like a trap kind of thing. Pile driver. I have a lot of fun doing these on my little beat pad. Yeah. A lot of fun doing that. Oh, just to mention there, this was a library called Ambient Solstice with these kind of crazy strings that come in, and I'm going to find them. I can't. Get rid of that. Yeah. Where are they? That's funny. There it is. Oh right, so it's not Ambient Solstice. Okay, so it's this synth from my synth, the Diva by Yuhi, however you call it, and it's called Thixish. Yes, Thixish. Ah, it's fantastic. I have to remember that because you got these fantastic sort of evolving insects like bending, and then they find the note and then they still evolve a little bit more and open out. So anyway, this is a great little transition from one section to the other. Then you get the next section and you've got basically more pads. What's this one? Yeah, high pads. Really nice electric piano. Again, a really beautiful. This is similar to the other one. This is the electric 200. Very mellow, beautiful. Then you got some glockenspiel and marimba. A little bit of tubular bells there, my little nod to Mike Oldfield, because obviously it's kind of similar style of music. And of course, Vangelis, who passed away recently, I was a huge fan of, and you can see how he was such a big influence on me because of the style of these pieces. And then you got some piano. And some violin swells. These come in quite a lot. But basically it's just a simple piece. So you got this little interlude section, and then it goes back to the main theme. You've got a nice bass there. What bass is that? Like a synth bass. But for me, this is one of my more simple tunes. Back into the... This time we've added some percussion. We've got some West African percussion there. Really adds a lot, I think, to the beat. If you have the... Oh, where's the beat? I think it adds a lot. Let's turn it up a bit. Very nice. Now then, by this point I needed a melody of some kind. So I used this other fantastic synth, but actually this is a mix of synths and a piano. So I'm bringing this melody. Originally I just used the synth. Hang on. originally I just had this synth as the melody. It's a mixture of a diva synth and a bowed piano. This is actually a bowed piano string. Just gives these wonderful, sort of atmospheric reverberations and fantastic atmospheric sounds and pads. But originally I just used this synth as the main theme, which I think is a beautiful synth. But my client didn't like that at the time. I had to take it out, I think, so it ended up being mainly just like the piano, like this. But then I added it in again for myself. Then you've got another breakdown. So simple, and then back to the tune. But the important thing is, now we really let rip. We really go crazy with that synth. This isn't the final version. What I ended up doing was having to cut it short for the piece. So for my version, which is on the album, I wanted to extend that and have a final round of you know, of the theme. But no, I have to find it. Okay, so let's see. Hear how out of tune that instrument is. I love that. That's weird. So version 2 has more synth than version 3, but sometimes you go back and forth between versions. Maybe version 3 was more of a final piece for the client, but then I went back and repurposed version 2 because it had the extra sections, and here we're about to go into the final section, but just to show you the synths on their own and stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different instruments carrying the theme, different synths. Let's solo them one by one. So you got this one, the bowed piano, una corda, which is a beautiful piano with just one string on each note, a Steinway, and the main synth, which carries the theme. And then it goes into the high register, which is my favourite part of the song. And with everything, basically the whole song is leading up to this moment. And I quite like this sort of the harmonies as well, between the different lead instruments. Guitar there as well. And then you still got the twinkly kind of marimbas, vibraphones and keys. And they're sort of fading out to the last note. So yeah, that's Lullaby, just a simple idea, a simple theme with a counterpoint and then a main theme on top, and then basically built up with some pads, some kind of bells and vibes and marimbas and things. But the main part of the track, on top of the beats, of course, there's beats and West African percussion, is the synth carrying the main theme. Oops, it goes out of tune sometimes. Because I do pitch bends on it. If you start in the wrong place, it's starting on the bend, on the lower part of the bend, so it thinks that the note should be somewhere where it shouldn't be. And that's a long bend. So you got a long, sometimes the bend, usually when you're using the pitch bend, it's only bending about, like, I think it's like 2 tones or something like that, or 1.5 tones, can't remember. But this is like an octave, or even higher. Anyway, it's sort of designed to surround you with the sounds, you know, all the different sort of twinkly sounds left and right of you, and the pads as well. They all have this fantastic stereo effect. So yeah, why don't you have a listen now with headphones, see what you think. Well, thanks very much for watching, and see you next time. Cheers.